Go.
Okay. Hi. So I want to throw a little information out there about the butterfly swords or bachando. Now that YouTube and Facebook, people are putting more and more videos online, which is a great thing. The thing that we need to be clear about is that when we play the swords, when we play the pole, those two weapons should duplicate the way you fight empty-handed. And a lot of times when you see it, it's not done that way. When it comes to weapons fighting, that seriousness is elevated to a whole nother level, which means you can make less mistakes because the weapon is not forgiving. A little cut is a big cut. A little pole thrust is a big pole thrust. So when you train your weapons, keep in mind what the curriculum says and what the system says. Because you should be reducing the attacks to the simplest, cleanest, fastest line that works within the system. First one of the basic drills that we do, we use the concept of hide behind the knife, so that we protect the center, not just the center line, but the center. So when we do the high gansao, we do the middle kwansao or kwando, and then we do the lando. We hide the center line, so every time I move, every time I move, every time I move, my center is behind the knives. You want the knife to take the brunt of the force, you want the knife to give the cut, you don't want to take a cut, you don't want to take force. So in a simple drill pattern, we're going to go from the high line where I hide, to the middle line where I hide, to the low line where I hide. Now personally, I prefer to do the lando backed up. Some people like to do it that way because it gives them more distance. While true, there's also a possibility of a leak in between. So this way, we have a set of brass knuckles and guard so that I can come across, come across, come across, so that there is no slip. When I learn the gando, the high-low gando, I learn the horizontal. Some versions like to do this because it gives them more surface area. Remember one thing, when you get to butterfly swords, when you get to bachando, if you know your Kung Fu, if you know your Wing Chun, I don't need two to block. Yes, the high gando, the kwando, even the lando is a zone. I'm covering a zone just like in football. But generally speaking, if Chris just goes to hit me on a high line, I should be able to not only block, but also cut at the same time, just like we do in our whole system. So the basic drill to start with. Right. He comes on the high line, I do the gando. I hide behind my knife. He comes in and stabs again, I do the kwando. He stabs on the low line, I do the lando before I go to cut and before I go to kill. That's a Hong Kong variation, and the secret of Hong Kong version is not the big attacking step the way everybody looks at. The real secret to Hong Kong version is the actual stab 45-degree angle step back, which in some versions you could call it a T-step, a modified T-step a la Chung version. But I just want to angle myself back enough to get out of the way and to still cut him. Get out of the way and to still cut him. If I turn too far, he's going to stab me in the face and I can't retaliate. On a 45-degree angle back, if he fires quickly, I'm already in zone to be able to go and to kill him. Okay? Thanks. Take a look.